to journal and manifest whole edition. Enjoy.
Okay, hello loves. So as you can see in the title of this video, I am going to be sharing what and how I manifest and how I journal and so on and so forth. So if you do not know, last year I went on tour, I moved into this new apartment. It's not new anymore. I've been living here for almost a year, but I just want to explain that these are the steps of what I did in order to manifest the things of which I desire. Stay towards the end of the video for the poll manifesting. I will be sharing tips on how I genuinely believe it was way quicker for me to manifest the things of which I desired while pole dancing. Okay, so when it comes to manifesting your dreams and desires, there are two things that is super important in the process of doing this. So the number one thing that I want to say is definitely meditating. When you meditate, you allow yourself to tap into your divine energy and your higher self and just getting into alignment to connecting to the universe, ancestors, and guides. So definitely meditate as well as journaling. So I'm going to show y'all the journals that I have right now. Also, if you are looking to buy some journals, I have in the link in the description journals that I personally have that I love, and it's honestly my favorite brand, so you can click the link in description. So this is one of my journals right here. I love this journal. It also has gold. So this is one of my favorite journals, and this journal in particularly is for manifesting. I've had this journal I actually have not finished it. I'm almost there. I think I've been writing in this journal since July of 2021, and I still haven't finished it. I have a little thickness, a little bit left in this journal. So currently the new journal, you know what I'm saying? Now you can either buy a basic journal, you know what I'm saying? Or I took it to a extra notch. I have my sketchbook that is now my journal. I bought 4 of these. They're really big. And I'm just using this now as my journal. And the reason that I chose to use this as my journal, I was also reading something that talked about how drawing your dreams and, your manifestations, when you draw them, it actually helps, you know what I'm saying, manifest things quickly. I have not tried that yet, so I'm not going to get into that today, but I thought that was really interesting, so that's why I decided to start using my sketchbook as my journal. This is a fresh and clean sketchbook, but it is my magic book. So yeah. So when it comes to manifesting, I know the biggest question is okay, if I'm going to be journaling in my book, what are the things I should write? I don't know how to journal. What should I write in my journal? So I'm going to share with y'all the process of what I've been doing recently, and it's really has helped me with focusing on releasing and what my journal prompts are, point blank period. So let's get into it. What I start off with writing in my journal, I start off with gratitude. So I write in my journal, I'm going to open up my book real quick. So I just write in my journal, I am thankful for myself. I am thankful for my family. I am grateful for my car, my home, my phone. I am grateful for the money I have. I am grateful for the peace within. So I just write things down on what I am grateful for. And then the next thing that I write is what I release. So I just make a section where it's release, and I write, I let go of any negative thoughts within my body. I let go of any evil thoughts that I am carrying with me. Just anything that is consistently on your mind. Just speak to the universe, and I release, I let go. And that actually helps a lot, because it's you're bringing one, I think the biggest thing when it comes to even meditation, as well as just tapping into self, I feel that there is such a kind of unhealthy outlook on how everything should be positive. You know what I'm saying? And that isn't the reality. You have to tap in to the things that make you feel like crap, that make you feel like shit, and you need to acknowledge them. And with acknowledging them, once you acknowledge them, especially with like meditation, but as well as writing, you acknowledged it and you're like, okay, thank you, self, for bringing this to my attention. And now I release it and I let it go. So it is important to give attention to those things that are within you instead of suppressing them or instead of ignoring them. You know, just saying thank you and I understand, but I'm releasing you. And then the last part is manifesting. So when I put in my manifestation, I just put I am high vibrational at all points of my life. I have a healthy relationship with myself mentally. I have a healthy relationship with my partner, my family. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, you can write. So those are the 3 things that I write in my journal. So then the next thing I do is scripting. I just started doing this. And I feel like I did this in the past, but it was a little bit different. But scripting this is what I'm writing as if this is already my reality. So I wrote Dear Me, and I also write the time and obviously the full date. And I say, Dear Me, I woke up hitting my goal, finally on YouTube. I'm making this much a month. I have this many subscriptions, also blah blah blah. Whatever it is, I'm just scripting as if it is already happening. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I feel like it's such a deep way. It's like literally scripting your life. You're writing your life of what you wish to desire down as if it already exists, as if it's already happening, because in your reality of whatever you desire is yours. And I think that's something that a lot of people may not understand. Whatever you feel, whatever you desire, it can be yours. You just have to tap into that. Now, of course, also be patient, but at the end of the day, write it as if it is already happening. So that is what I have written in my journal. One of the things that I would like to just kind of throw out there, what I used to do and what I used to script every single time before I would write out my emotions, because that was another thing that I would do, is I would always thank the universe. I would always thank my angels, my guides, gods, whatever you believe in. And I would say, thank you so much for bringing me here. I appreciate you so much, and so on and so forth. I continue on asking you for guidance on just guiding me through life, guiding me through this, or whatever the case is. And then I would excerpt out whatever feelings, emotions that I have in my journal of just kind of what I'm feeling in the moment. So that is another thing that you can do with journaling. That's what I did specifically last year a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just always journaling like that. And the things of which I desired, which was going on tour, you know what I'm saying? Doing music videos, doing shows and stuff. It all came into fruition. So now that we're towards the end of the video, I'm going to be sharing the exciting one most of all, is how to manifest while pole dancing. Because this is what I did last year specifically, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it was super, things happened really quickly. If you don't know, I went on tour with Alina Baraz within a year and a half of starting my pole journey, you guys. I thought you had to be a pole dancer for 5, 6, 7 years before you can do something like that. So I just want to make that clear. So if you are a pole dancer, this is definitely for you. So first things first, I want to make clear, when you were a child, right? When you were a kid, one of the biggest things that I feel like we all can relate to is we had big imaginations. So we would live in these fictional worlds in our head, or when we're playing with our friends, we would make up worlds. So when it comes to pole dancing, that mentality of living in a fictional world of make-believe is super important. It's pretty much living in your delusion. You have to be delusional. So one of the things that I did in my last apartment is every single time that I pole dance, I would pole dance as if I was in front of a crowd of people. So what I did specifically is I would listen to live music by artists that I loved, and it's crazy because I remember the first artist when I decided to do this, when I started doing this, the first artist that I did this to was Alina Baraz. She was singing to me live, and I remember playing it in my living room in my old apartment and closing my eyes. I opened my eyes as if there was thousands, millions of people standing in front of me, and I told myself if I was on stage in front of 1,000 people, millions of people, what am I going to do? I'm going to give it my all. So that's how I started creating that reality. And a year and a half from when I decided that to pretend as if I was in a room full of millions, thousands of people, that came into fruition where I was on stage in front of millions of thousands of people. So that is one way of which, if that is what you desire, if you desire to go on tour. So if you are someone that is desiring a better home, maybe a car, a job, whatever the case is, what you're going to need to do while you are pole dancing, even a relationship, okay? The music that you play is going to be super, super helpful to you pole dancing. So one of the things that I would say when it came to like my apartment, there's a song by Ari Lennox. I thought it was so funny. I can't remember the name of it, but there's a song by Ari Lennox where she's talking about, I'm living in my new apartment. I could walk around naked. I don't have to worry about nobody. So it's like, okay, I'm going to play this song while I'm pole dancing as if I'm in my new apartment. Okay. If it's like a new car, whatever the case is, it's like, I'm going to pole dance in, my room, and later I'm going to go out and go to the pole studio and my new, Volkswagen ID, that's electric car, whatever, or Tesla that's electric, and pole dance, like pole dance as if that already exists, or pole dance like you want a new studio or you want to own a studio, whatever it is. Just pole dance as if it already exists. You already have it. Because when you see it, and again, the music that you play that is close to what it is that you desire, it is going to help you so much more in the process of your manifestation. But the major key that is important to all of this is you have to believe it is going to come true. Because if you don't, and this takes practice, I'm going to be honest with y'all, this is going to take practice. But once you get into that repetition, once you've been consistent with it, you're just going to start believing it. You're just going to start seeing it. Everybody is different. I understand a lot of people are not visual like me, but you're going to believe it at some point. The more and more that you practice it, the more and more that you do it, the more and more that you get better at it. So again, live in your delusions. That's really overall what this is. When you journal and you're journaling about your desires and your dreams, live in your delusions, because your desires, they're there for you. They're just waiting on you to make those moves. So I love you goddesses, and I really hope this video helps. And please comment below, if you have different ways of scripting, if you have different ways of journaling in your journal, definitely comment below on what you do. And I love each and one of you goddesses, and I'll talk to you soon.